So today we're solving radical equations. That's equations with radicals in them. Now, what we have to remember today is that if a equals b, a squared equals b squared. Make sense? If two numbers are equal, then when you square them, they're still equal. Right? So, for example, if radical x equals 6, then x equals 36. It essentially allows me to square both sides of the equation in order to get rid of a radical sign, which is what we're going to need to do today. So we're going to approach these equations like we approached every other algebraic equation we had to solve. That is to get x by itself. And we start on the outside and work our way in. So with 2 radical x minus 8 equals 0. If I want to get x by itself, I need to move everything else away from it, starting at the outside, working the way in. Yes?
You add the 8 on both sides.
Add the 8 on both sides. That gives me 2 radical x equals 8. Yes?
Divided by 2.
Divide by 2. So we got radical x equals 4.
Wait, you would divide
Because that's 2 times radical x, and so we undo multiplication by division. Okay, now we've got radical x equals 4. Yeah?
Square the x's and square the 4, you get x equals 16.
Square the radical x and square the 4. So we square both sides, gives us x equals 16. How will we know if we're right?
check it.
Check it. Does 2 radical 16 minus 8 equals 0? What's radical 16? Does 2 times 4 minus 8 equals 0? Well, 2 times 4 is 8, right?
Yep, and then 8 minus 8 is 0.
Every day. That means 16 is the correct answer. Make sense? All right, let's make it a whole lot more difficult.
It's not that difficult.
It's not until we get to the homework, and it's like, how many fairies?
Okay, save your judgment until we're done with this problem and decide whether or not it's actually difficult. And then you can talk about your fairies later.
Subtract 12.
Subtract 12, he said while waiting for us to be called on. Gives us 4 radical x minus 7 equals 16. Next step. Liz! Divide by 4, she said, stealing the answer that Biscuit gave without raising her hand. See, when when they can't actually see you on the YouTube video, I gotta give the play-by-play. Next step, Spence. How am I gonna get rid of that radical?
Square both sides.
Square both sides. Leaves me with x minus 7 equals 16. Well, last time when we squared both sides, we were done. But not this time. Asmi? Add 7 to both sides. Isn't that so much more complicated? Now we got x equals 23. How will we know if we're right?
By plugging in 23.
Plug in 23 back in for x, he said, and then raised his hand after he finished giving the answer. Wow. My son is in preschool. I'm pretty sure he's already got this figured out.
He's also significantly more adorable.
That's true. All right. How we doing?
Really good.
One more type we're going to approach today. This one's even easier than the last ones.
Wow.
Because now we've got a radical on both sides. What do you think I should do?
Square both.
Yes, I should solve it. Thank you. That was informative. But I should square both sides. Sounds like a game show answer. What are we going to do? We're going to square both sides. When we do that, that gets rid of the radical, right? So we got 3x minus 17 equals x plus 21. Somebody give me a next step. Basket.
Add 17 plus 5.
Add 17 to both sides. We got 3x equals x plus 38. Next step. Isaiah?
Subtract x.
Subtract x. Yeah, there's a t there at the end of the one. Gives us 2x equals 38. Last step, Liz. Divide by 2 gives us x equals 19. And again, we can check by plugging it back in for x. Does this make sense to everybody?
Love
Okay.
this.
Tomorrow we'll look at something that gets just a little bit more complicated. I think you can handle them. But we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Any questions?
Oh, Lord.
No, sir.
All right, that was it. That's